In this episode of Film Stock Reviews, I'm reviewing The Many Saints of Newark. Now, the movie tells the story of Tony Soprano as he was a young boy and up until his teen years. It basically tells the story of Dicky Moltisanti, Christopher's father. If you didn't know, Christopher is in the TV show, and he's played by Michael Imperioli. And in this one, we see how his father in this, played by Alessandro Vivoli, starts out in Newark. Now, the movie does take place during the 1967 Newark riots, and from here on out, I want to say that the movie was very slow going. Felt like the scenes were rushed. The editing were different at times, and it didn't make sense. Like, if one scene started, it only maybe lasted a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and there was a cut. There was no closure to each scene. Each character in this movie has a good amount of screen time, but we needed more of each character, even though we know who Paulie Walnuts is, and we know the other characters that are in The Sopranos as their younger versions of themselves in this movie. Over the course of the movie, nothing happens. Basically, you think this is the story of Tony Soprano. It's not. They marketed it out there to be the story of Tony Soprano, but it wasn't, in a way. We find out that Dicky is more so a father figure to Tony than his actual father. John Bernthal plays Tony's father, and he's barely in the movie at all. And Vera Farmiga as Tony's mother is really, really good. She stands out on her own. The underlining characters in the younger versions of you see in the actual TV show The Sopranos are really well done, but I don't think they got their screen time that they needed. Of course, when we see the TV show, it's much more abstract. It's more in your face. But with this, we see a toned down version of what it could be. Even when the African American character played by Leslie Odom Jr. is in it, I feel like that could have been fleshed out a little bit more with his character. He really didn't serve a purpose at all in the movie, just as a threat to Dicky Moltisanti. And other than that, it was just interesting to see how everything plays out. The character of Dicky was one note. There's a scene where something happens, and then he uses his fit of rage to get everything done. Ray Liotta in this is really, really good. We only see him in very, very few scenes, but the scenes he's in, he actually is really good. I wanted more of his character in a way as well. Other than that, the story was lacking in certain ways where it didn't move the story along at all. The movie was really, really slow going. If you wanted to watch this movie because you think it's a Tony Soprano movie, it's not. It's more so based on the character of Dicky, Christopher's father. Other than that, that's it. For me, The Many Saints of Newark gets 2 out of 5 stars. I wanted to like this movie, but I just couldn't get into it as much as I wanted to. And I have to say that the TV show is much, much better. And people do want a sequel to this, but I think that you don't really need a sequel to a movie like this when you have a TV show that does things even better. So let me know in the comment section below what you thought about The Many Saints of Newark, and I'll see you guys in the next review video.